먼저 왜? I knock one inside the house.
What's going on, guys? Riggs here, and we have the very next episode of our How to Play Like a Pro series featuring none other than Peppah, aka Peppah Plays. Make sure you guys check him out on all of his socials, his Instagram, his YouTube channel. All those links are down in the description. Make sure you guys check him out. For those of you guys that are new to the channel or have not seen this series before, we have featured tons and tons of pro players as well as top rankers and YouTube personalities. So you can look at the card up at the top to make sure you check out that playlist. We got Athena, we've had Midas, we've had Sixless, we've had Bushka, and many more. And like I said, the next person we're featuring is Peppah Plays. So we're gonna jump right into the questions because we have a ton to get through. Asked him to just briefly describe himself to somebody that doesn't know him. He says, I'm a 4-finger full gyro Jamaican. Shout out to Jamaica. PUBG Mobile player who has deposited many hours into this game. I started playing in season 3, but I never played as much as I was only trying out the game. It was very buggy back then, and I was also playing on an iPhone 6. A few weeks later, I switched to a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. By the end of season 5, my phone broke and my cousin got ranked Conqueror tier for the first time ever, which motivated me to also want that achievement. I then got a new device in season 6, which was an iPhone 8 Plus. I decided to get better and take it to the next level. For the entire season 6, I did solo squads and utilized the training ground. Then in season 7, I hit Conqueror for the very first time. From then till now, I've been Conqueror all seasons, except for season 10 when my phone broke again, and that was when I got the iPhone XR, which is what he's currently playing on right now. It says, I'm also a former Tier 1 and Tier 2 player, who's been ranked top 100 for the past 2 seasons. I then asked him, what's your favorite weapon loadout and why? And we'll also get into the maps right after this question. He says, my favorite weapon loadout is the M416, accompanied by the Uzi as my secondary weapon. Well, that's if I'm in a full squad. Usually if my teammates die, I would switch my loadout to the M416 and the AKM. When playing on MS, not as low as others, I have not been able to knock more than one person and bring the other to half HP with one Uzi clip. So I would use the AKM instead. Already giving you guys some tips. I love the loadout because the Uzi doesn't require you to ADS within range of 20 to 50 meters, making hip fire more effective alongside dodging bullets. The M416, on the other hand, is also good with hip firing and has controllable recoil over long distances for spraying. I then said, what's your most favorite map and least favorite map for ranking? He says, my favorite map for ranking would most definitely be Vikendi. Most of my friends are Vikendi only players. And I also like the fact that most tryhards play on that map. So even if I get killed, I would have learned something from that previous match for future matches. Learning from your mistakes. He says, I really love the action that Vikendi offers. Most times after wiping a squad, there will be another squad just pulling up for the fight, making the fights more intense and fun. Sometimes the games will be dry and boring, but that's just the nature of PUBG Mobile, and everyone experiences it. He says, my least favorite map is Erangel, as the hackers have taken over. Tell me about it. Shooting people through walls and walking faster than the flash runs was not something created by Tencent. I still play it from time to time, hoping not to encounter hackers. I asked him, what's your 5 biggest tips for someone who wants to rank? He says, ranking can be fun and it can also be boring sometimes depending on who you play with. But once you have the mindset and the motivation to go for it, then you will achieve it. Practice. Make sure to utilize the training ground as the game did not add it for it not to be used. Playing matches also helps with getting game experience and bettering your gameplay. Tip number 2. Ranking can sometimes be stressful, especially after getting 2 soons back to back. meaning when you lose a bunch of points right in the beginning. Getting killed by hackers or even getting killed by your own teammates will be raging and shouting in the process and maybe some unfriending. But just keep strong and motivated and you will obtain what you desire. Tip number 3, game sense and IQ. I believe that obtaining a higher game sense and IQ will rapidly increase how good you become at the game. Making quick and smart decisions is better than knowing how to shoot but not when or where. It says playing with people who have the same goal or who is motivated to help you achieve your goal. You don't want to be playing with someone who cares less about the game and doesn't care if they die. People like that usually rush into houses or he says people I like usually rush into houses or even run in the open where they die, leaving the team vulnerable. Having 3 players remaining when there could be 4, it may not seem that big of a deal, but it really is. He says, I know a lot of people don't have a team or good players to rank with, so here is a tip for these types of players. If you're a player where you're just playing with your school friends or your average day-to-day friend to play with, I would suggest you practice as a team, even if it's for 1 season, in order to build chemistry, communication, and in-game experience. Naturally, you and your team will become better players. And of course, I asked Peppah what his favorite food was. His response, my favorite food is chicken dinner with lots of pepper. Okay. Then I asked him, what advice do you have for someone who plays on high ping like you have in Jamaica? Especially regions that don't have their own server, like the Caribbean, down in Australia, places like that. They have to play on other servers where their average MS could be 180 or even higher. So this is for all you guys out there. It says playing on high ping is very frustrating. It took me a while to get used to. So I would always complain about how long it takes to peek, crouch, switch weapons, and sometimes the amount of shots it would take to knock someone. I would suggest that you try to reduce using lean peeks and do mostly full body sprays, as there is less delay in movement than peeking. High ping can also work towards your advantage since desync is a thing. Very, very interesting. Next question. What got you into making YouTube videos? Will you be streaming in the future? It says usually, and of course, his YouTube channel and his socials are all down in the description of the video. Make sure you guys check them out. Usually I would edit my videos and my friends and I would watch them. I realized that they enjoyed it and I enjoyed recording and editing them. The feeling that I get from creating content is so satisfying, I decided to start uploading my videos on YouTube. Even when I wasn't getting any views, I was still motivated by my few friends and family members that supported my channel and my content. Now my channel is growing and I'm loving and enjoying the work that has been put into making this possible. It says, I currently do live streams on the channel. A stream schedule is not yet established, but in the process of being done, I will be streaming in the future 100%. So in the very beginning, I mentioned the 1v1. So I had to ask him, would you rematch Fake Jacob if he was using a phone? He says, yes, I would do a rematch against Jacob. Even if he wants to use his iPad, I am fine with it. So again, make sure you guys check out that 1v1. It was a sweat fest from start to finish. But I know there's a lot of people in the comment section of that video mentioned that Jacob was on an iPad. Peppah doesn't even care. He says, bring the iPad on. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So who knows? Let me know in the comment section if you guys would like to see Jacob and Peppah go head to head again. Next question. What 5 tips would you give to someone who wants to get better at the game? This is always the most favorite section to all of the how to play like a pro videos. Tip number 1, he says, arcade battles are a big factor in getting better at the game, but if that's not in your fit, then you can always find yourself solo squatting. Tip number 2, the partially new mode TDM might not seem helpful to some people, but in actuality, it really helps with close range encounters and hip firing accuracy. So I would recommend playing a few TDMs per day. Tip number 3, all devices have its limits, but a player does not. So don't let your device define you. One of the most effective ways of getting better at the game is to find your true sensitivity and control layout. They followed up with this. Another really good practice is to think like the enemy. So if you're fighting someone, you might just be able to see all their plays before it happens, playing the game like it's a chess match. He says probably one of the most underrated aspects of getting better at the game is to watch other players that are good at the game. This helps a lot as you will learn things that you had no idea were even possible. And then here's a little bonus extra that he wanted to throw in at the very end. He says, to everyone who decides to take ranking to the next level, I wish you luck and hope to see you on the leaderboard. I really do. I love to see people progress through life and push past their limits. Oh, and don't forget, make sure to subscribe to Riggs Gaming. So that concluded the interview, you guys. His responses to the questions, it's chocked full with tips and tricks and little things that you can do. A lot of these things you could start implementing immediately, and you'll start seeing drastic improvement in your gameplay. That's why we continue this series, because all the viewers, I mean, you guys absolutely love it. We have a lot of things coming up in the works. So as Peppah said, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, but not only mine, make sure you guys check out Peppah's channel. As I said in the video already, the link to all of his socials, his YouTube channel, everything is down in the description. Peppah, thank you so much for your time, and you guys can enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and until the next How to Play Like a Pro series, I'll see you guys later.
Oh. Stay. Nope.
Okay.
No. Oh, okay. No, we got him again.
Yeah, I could pull up on the mute, dog. I could wish that the Rolex. True, there's some Uzi left. This inside.
That's crazy, bro.
Marked a location.
I could wait for them and see what them are going. They're right here. We're good. Anything we can just walk in.
I got supplies.
Just no one him get to and go ahead again. So one of them run between the building just now.
Watch out!
They might go up on the road.
No, it's fine. They were trying to go in the car.
I'm watching the right flank.
They might go right. They're going right.
That's what I was shooting at. Car.
Yeah, they got a vehicle. They're moving right. That's crazy, bro. I'm bringing the car, Peppah.
Biggest campers. Camping noobs.
Now let me look for files, bro. I'm low.
I just find I forgot to pick up a UMP or something.
That was crazy knock, bro.
Yeah, we might as well pick up the UMP to be honest. That's a clip.
Let's go, bro. I got the gas can. The problem advanced.
Yeah, Rico, them the close to. I'm the close to.
Bro, I was reviving OB in the open, and the guy saw us. He didn't shoot. Yeah.
Surrender. Let's get some harder in the water. Maybe other plane.
Yeah, did he? Left.
Come
They
on.
just made it, yeah.
Mega far right.
Got his bitch ass, trust him.
Enemies ahead.
Them youth are terribly afraid. I've seen them military like garbage.
Wait, did I survive? What? Oh. Good, bro. Like, someone threw an egg there. Don't throw an egg inside my house.
Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin' on record.